Hey, come on in, come on in. Welcome and thank you for purchasing my little workshop on vowels. So, we're going to get started in just one moment, but just congratulate yourself for being here and enjoy letting someone take you through this learning process. And we're going to make it as experiential as possible. And let's just start off with the question, what are vowels anyway? Let's get our heads around it. I love vowels as a tool, but of course, vowels are simply shapes, aren't they? If you think about it, vowels are shapes we make on our mouth, and we use them in conjunction with consonants to form the language that we speak. And of course, they form the language that we use to sing with. So vowels can be extremely expressive and emotive, and they can also be a great technical tool. So, my next workshop is going to be all about bringing out more colors of the vowels. But today's session is about how we can use vowels as a technical tool so that you can really use your voice. You can play your voice like an instrument. And this is how I've been using vowels. And it's so exciting. It's such a great way of accessing your voice. You can literally feel like your voice is more like an instrument. You can play your voice. What I love about it is that you can you can shape your vowels, and if you have some knowledge with that, and what happens then, you've got a direct way of accessing your voice. So it feeds back, the way you shape your vowel feeds back positively to the actual source. And it's a more direct way of controlling your voice because you get that feedback anyway by focusing on the vowel rather than focusing on the vocal cords, the breathing so much on those. Those can be more of an indirect, kind of confusing way of looking at your instrument. This is a good direct way that you can have lots of control. Now, before we start, let's go ahead and just have a little body awareness. So I want you to take a few deep breaths and just come into your body. Now let's go ahead and do a stretch. So I want you to bring your shoulders in and around. We're coming in. Our body can be a shape as well, and really tuck in. How far folded can you go in? Now, if I don't have much room here, but if you've got more room than me, I'd like you to go all the way down, bending your knees, fold yourself down around your knees, give yourself a little hug there. I'm cheating by sitting on my piano stool, but you probably have more room than me there. Now come back up, and I want you to, now let's open up. So now we're making a big shape, aren't we? We're thinking of shapes. We had a very contracted shape, and now we're expanding our shape, opening up these areas. Let's drop the head back, getting that lovely stretch on the front of the chin, all down the front of the vocal tract. This is a great stretch for singers. I love it. Okay, and now coming in, let's go side to side. So keeping your hips just kind of straight there on your hips. Just give your hips a little roll too, just to get them lining up. And I want you to now go side to side. So let's go to one side, keeping your hips there, but moving your body over to the side here. Slight bend in the knees so you're not locked and stiff. So you're always just ready to move in any position. We're just stretching over to the side. See how that feels. Now, let's bring our attention to the shapes within our throat. So I want you to bring your attention to the vocal tract. As you're breathing, what shape can you feel on your vocal tract? Now let's define what I mean by vocal tract. So we've got mouth, that's the very top of your vocal tract. You can think of it as a tube going all the way down past the soft palate, down the back of your throat, down to where the vocal cords lie, where the vocal folds are. And this is the source. This is where we make sound. So you can think of your vocal tract as this tube here. And of course, we can make different shapes on our vocal tract, right? And we can have a real effect on the sound that is produced. So perhaps you can feel that shape better if you feel the air coming in. Where do you feel the cold air hitting part of your vocal tract? And what shape would that be? By the way, there's no right answer here, but this is your instrument, but I want you to have awareness of this. Another breath in. Now, on the out breath, you can really perhaps feel the shape even better. So let's make our out breath have a stronger sound. It's a little bit like Darth Vader. It sounds like this. There, perhaps you feel more of a shape. Let's feel that again. Now, this is a shape where your voice is at rest. Now, you may have felt something like I did. You could call it the shape of Can you feel that? Let's make a louder noise. Bring our voice to the front here. Go ahead and make a tone, just holding on one tone. On your out breath, if we just bring that with trying really hard not to form anything, not to tighten the jaw, not to create any other shape other than what was just at rest as your voice is just expelling the air out. You're just gently bringing your voice together now here at the source to just make that sound audible. Let's try that again. Breath in, on the out breath. Might have a sound like that. So notice that vowel, the shape is Now this is a really great tool. There's actually a name for this shape. It's called a schwa. And if I was really clever, I'd put the little symbol here for you, but the symbol would be like an upside down E. You can hear this sound on words like banana, and it might be slightly, there are many variations. Sometimes people are a little bit more towards sometimes your shape might be a little bit more towards but it's this shape, this neutral position, and that's what it is. It's a neutral vowel. This is a huge tool. In fact, I've heard this called the secret of singing by my teacher, John Henney, who I also call the king of vowels because he knows so much on this subject. He called this his number one secret of singing. And I've got many other stories about how this shape of has been such a great tool. And I often liken it to like a tennis ball. When you've got this shape of in your voice, you can guide your singing towards this. It's a bit like when you hit the tennis ball right in the middle of the racket. So let's feel that again. I want you to say banana like that. Ready? Banana. Okay, now we're going to feel how this can be on your vocal tract, this shape right here. And let's do it with the lip trill. You can find this shape of everywhere because it is where your voice is at rest. Let's lip trill now. So we're doing a slow slide. You keep going. And what I want you to do is feel that shape of So rather than reaching up for the pitch, which makes us splat our vowels and do strange things like that, I want you to keep that shape that you're feeling now, allowing the pitch to rise by itself, just slowly, and you're guiding it out on that shape of I'll do it with you again. Now let's feel where else we can feel this shape of coming in. Now we're going to use consonants here for a minute, even though we're talking about vowels. But I want you to focus on the tiny vowel that occurs after a consonant. Now, consonants can be thought of as closed vocal tract, and vowels are thought of as open vocal tract. So, and you can feel that now. Let's say the shape of B. So we're saying the B consonant, B, the phonetic sound. Can you hear the right after the B? So let's do another one. Let's do W, W, and J, J. And let's do G, G. Notice how often you feel that shape of right after what you're saying. So right after those consonants. So you can really use this to your advantage. I love the feeling of, as I'm singing, And as I'm lip trilling there, it's almost like I'm getting a feeling like I'm kind of sending my bowling ball down the alley. I'm sending it down the lane. And of course, that's my visualization. Can we do a lip trill here? And I want you to get that feeling of that you're sending the shape of out as you're singing there. Okay, so we're going to go. Don't worry, if you haven't got that scale, it's fine. We're just going up and over. It doesn't matter about the notes of the scale. It's more about sending your sound out. If you can't get the scale, just do a slide. And let's go one more. All right, great. Okay, of course. Now, of course, the jaw plays a role in the way that we shape vowels, right? So we can, for today, the sake of today, we're looking at vowels here in the upper vocal tract mainly, and where we shape the vowels, what we do to make the shape, and also what we need to know about our vowels, which I'll come to in just a moment. But right now, I would like you to feel your jaw. So I want you to trace along your cheekbone here right underneath, and you're going to stop where you feel that movement there at that joint, and you're going to just press in and give a little movement of your lower jaw while you're doing that. And that's such a nice feeling, and this acts as a good reminder not to stiffen your jaw. And this is such a classic thing when we go to sing and when we go to think. We tend to really tighten the jaw, but when we create vowels, obviously we need looseness, we need to freedom. It's freedom, isn't it? So let's move the jaw like that. Now we're going to go into a nice warm-up sound. Now we're going to use a narrow vowel. So also with today's exercises, we want to think of vowels in terms of narrow and wide. So instead of thinking of them just the way we used to learn them at school, which was A, E, I, O, U, we want to look at them in a different way. Now I've got a really handy vowel chart, and I'll take you through that now. So follow along with me. To remember it, we're going to say these words. So we're going to say bat, bet, bit, beat. Okay, let's say that again. Bat, bet, bit, beat. What do you notice about these vowels? Bat, bet, bit, beat. Can you feel them coming in on themselves? One more time. Bat, bet, bit, beat. So you really feel them coming in. Now, these are bright vowels. They are what we could say is the upper vowel. Now, when we say anything, say or sing anything, we've got a big spectrum of colors and harmonics that come out in the sound. And in terms of vowels, we have these upper vowel, which I've just shown you, and we have an under vowel. Now I'm going to show you what the under vowel sounds like. So we're going to say bot, but, book, boot. Let's do that again. Bot, but, book, boot. And again, bot, but, book, boot. So can you feel those vowels coming in like this? Now, let's take away the consonants so you can really feel it just on the vowels. So we're going to go to the first one again, the bright vowels. A, E, E. Now let's run it together. A. Okay, and again. A. Can you feel that in that upper position on your vocal tract there? Now let's feel the lower vowels without the consonants. Oh. Let's feel that again. Oh. Now, it can be said that good singing is really singing from vowel to vowel. So in fact, I've heard it said before, it's like ice skating from vowel to vowel. So our voice doesn't like these sudden jerky movements. It likes to shift, it likes to blend, and there you can help yourself. The voice also doesn't like the extremities. So that's where I'm going now with, I want to show you about how we're going to use the most narrow vowels because we're still warming up the voice right now. However, these are narrow, the vowels that are most narrow are the most extreme in that way. So we couldn't really belt on these sounds, and that's why they're good for warming up, to just give your voice that light touch. So we're going to use the sound of gi to start with. Now I'm starting in the guy's key again, so I'll tell you when we'll start with the girl's key. This is lifting right up through the guy's vocal bridge. So we're going to say gi 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 gi. Gi 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 gi. Good. Now I'm going to shift places here. Let's go to the girls' bridge. So we're starting here. Gi 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 gi. Gi 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 gi. Gi 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 gi. Gi 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 gi. Gi 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 gi. Right. So you can feel how that really lifts up into that heady head voice, the heady upper register. And that brightness of that vowel is narrow, and the brightness of E, it really boosts the upper frequencies of pitch. Now, that brings me to a demonstration I wanted to show you. So it's pretty exciting when you start to hear vowels as pitch and what vowels can do for pitch. So we're going to use the sound E and U, and I want you to come right along with me. It's a bit like a siren. We're going to do one pitch like this. Let's pick somewhere in the middle. Hold on, let me just. Can you hear? I'm on that same pitch, but can you hear a difference in those sounds? A massive difference. In fact, the oo sounds so much lower, doesn't it? And that's because the oo is boosting the lower frequencies. So it's sirens, that's what they're using. They're using those shapes to create the pitch. That's why sirens are E and oo. E, oo. The E boosts the upper frequencies. So what's exciting about that is that we can use this to our advantage, and we can use this to help us make our voice more efficient, make it easier. So for example, we will look at this more in the next seminar when we're talking about the vocal colors. But in terms of how we change from low to high, this can be huge for us. So we've already felt that there's narrowing vowels, E and U, help us get more release on the voice, but we couldn't necessarily belt on them. They're too narrow. So for a stronger voice, we need something that lines up more in the middle. And we'll look more at that in a moment. Now, let's continue with the warm up part of this. And I want you to now experience the sound of ooh. So we're gonna go from the top down in just like a floaty, hooty. So I'll start with the girls' key this time. So we're gonna say coo, 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 coo. Let's do that again. Coo, 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 coo. Good. Now I'm just gonna sit down here so I can reach my keyboard better, my piano. Now for the guys, I want you to start right here where we left off. So we're right above the bridge and we're just keeping that narrow vowel guiding. It's a little bit hooty, it's a little bit floaty. All right, great job. Now let's do a trumpet lip, right? And so I want to show you how this trumpet lip is also like a vowel. And we can feel the vowels in different positions around the voice in this way. What I love about this one is that you get a bit more pressure building up. So it's almost like an inverted megaphone, right? So you're blowing up your vocal tract here at the top. But of course, it's completely shut down here at the front. So it's sort of like a very, very narrow, closed position here at the front, but yet you're getting the openness down here at the bottom. Now, also you're getting that amazing feedback because there's nowhere for the air to go. That's why you get that pressure. The pressure helps to then open up the vocal tract. And that's why it's really good to feel this one. You get more of a press. I like warming up the voice a little bit, then going in with this one to get that bit of more push feeling in there. Okay, so now let's go up here. We're going to lift right up into just through the vocal bridge. So we will go with the girls. We'll go. Feel the pressure. Good. Okay, guys, I'm going to start down here with you. So us girls, we can continue on going up if you like, or you can drop down the octave. Let's go one more. Good. I love that because I love the groundedness that back pressure can bring. And if you think about it, what's great about that as a warm up It's similar to the narrow vowels, right? Because we're completely closed off here at the front, yet we're getting more of that fullness at the bottom part of the vocal tract, more towards the source, more back here. So that's why it's good. We're gearing up now to sing more fully. Okay, now let's go back to the idea of the vowels changing from wide to narrow. Okay, so we're going to put this into position. Now you'll hear more about this as you work with me. So we can't go there fully, unfortunately, in this short time. But today is enough just to give you that little taster. Now I want to show you a really great way of how you can play your instrument. And this tool has totally changed the way I sing and the way I teach. It's so exciting. And it came from Pavarotti. So Pavarotti, one of the greatest singers of all time, he said he said that people used to love to ask him about his vocal tips and how he used to sing so beautifully. So there was a seminar where he was working with students at the Juilliard School in New York City. And in that seminar, he said that he feels his voice is like a figure of eight. So, have you ever heard of this before, this concept? So, how he used to play his voice was like a figure of eight. Now, we're going to feel and experience this. So, it's like what he means is his voice is expanded on the bottom through his lower register. Then he needs to make an adjustment. So, as you approach that middle part of your voice where the two voices hand over, your passaggio, your bridge, this is where he needed to come in and make an adjustment, i.e., narrow the shaping of his vocal tract. Then, as he goes higher, his voice expands again. It's so exciting. And I've had so many aha moments using this, both with my teaching, but also my own singing, because I couldn't get up high. My high notes were just squashed right down. That's because I wasn't expanding them again. So let's experience this now. Let's look at the bottom part of the eight. Now, chest voice, lower register. So down here on the guys, we're going to say va, 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 va. Too low for me. Va, va, va. Wide vowel. Va, 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 va. So ladies, we can come in here now. Va, 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 va. Va, 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 va. Va, 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 va. Va, 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 va. Va, 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 va. Va, 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 va. One more. Va, 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 va. Let's just go a little higher there. Va, 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 va. Va, 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 va. Now you can feel that it's a bit like there's a good tension now happening. You feel that expansion. And notice we're using the wide vowel to sing and vocalize through the chest voice. Now, okay, let's look at where we can. Oh, sorry, I'm right on the train line, and there's a steam train, like an old steam train, going past all day today, which my kids are thrilled about. But of course, it would happen right when I was doing this. All right, so let's look at going through that middle part of the eight. Now, so this is where we're approaching that upper part of the lower voice where you feel the good tension. It's a bit like your car is revving its engine in first gear and you know that it needs to shift gears. Let's look at what happens when it doesn't shift gears. Okay, so through the girl's upper chest voice here, we're going to use the sound of one, and we're just going to keep that vowel. We're going to get slowly and slowly kind of more shouty with it like this. One, 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 one. See, that's what happens when we don't allow that gear change to take place. Now, this is where vowels can come in. This is how you can get your voice to change gears. This is so big because how many of you have been in a position where you're singing through your song and your high note is pinched, or it feels like you're kind of really reaching and you're really trying all the things and it just won't relax. So this is something that I want you to try, this shaping of the vowel. So we're going to say one to one. It's a bit like going northern UK. We're saying one, and then we're going to move to one. Let's try it right on that scale. One, 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 one. Can you hear the difference in the tone? I feel, number one, all the tension has just relaxed, and I hear more ringing in the sound. It feels easy. My vocal instrument has become more efficient. So let's put this into practice with a scale. Okay, so we're going to go right up and hold up at the top. So it's like we're going one on the bottom, one on the top. So it's a bit like you're driving along a 4-lane highway. You're going to narrow and merge in, right? So one, one. Ready? So on the approach to the girls' bridge here, one, 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 one. I've got you a bit lower. One, 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 because I want to feel the approach to it. One, 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 one. Girls' bridge happening here. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. One more. One, 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 one. Good. Okay. Now, guys' bridge. Let's go back down a little bit lower again so you can feel that approach. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. Here we go. Right in the bridge now. One, 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 one. One, 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 one. Okay, well done. Good. So I want you to put this in place for the songs you sing. If you're not sure how to change the vowel, get the feeling of it. You know, it's like the feeling of shifting in here at the mouth level. Okay, so now let's look at when you're going up into the upper part of the 8. So we're going to say, now it's just the opposite, right? Because we're going expanded, coming in, and we're expanding again. Now, it's important to know where to do this, because if you did that too soon, you might just pull the chest voice again. We want to do this when you're up into the upper register. So let's look at the girls. Now, I'm gonna place you right in that place where you want to expand it. Now we're gonna do this sort of bright vowel that doesn't carry too much weight. So we're gonna say ne, like the word next, and then you're going to change it to na, like the bully sound, na, na, na. So ne to na. Okay, so it sounds like this. Na, 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 na. Let's go one more. Na, 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 So you can feel it's a lot wider, isn't it? Now, I remember I used to hit that note and I couldn't get any kind of fullness on that tone. That's because I wasn't allowing my voice to expand like that. So you can play around this with your wickeds, you know, with your singing those songs that go up like into this kind of super high area. This is above the female bridge, so high C sharp onwards, and for guys we're going above F sharp, above middle C. This is where you want to open that sound up. Okay, go through the guys here. So we're saying na to na, na 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 to na, na 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 na. All right, just to get a little taster of that one. Now, let's do a deeper vowel, right? So we can feel that vowel we just did was on the bright side, so it doesn't carry too much weight on the voice. Now, what if you're singing a song that does have like a deeper tone? You're singing in a more full way, so you want to make this adjustment. So it's going to feel a bit heavier. So we're going to say the word mum, and then as we're up in this high place where we're expanding again, we're going to go to mom. So it's mum to mom. So we're going like British, American. Okay, so here's the girls' key. We're going to say mum, 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 mum. All right. So let's go to the guys' key here. Sorry, let's go back down here. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. How is this feeling? So that one, because it might bring up a few little niggles because it's a little bit heavier. So what happened there with, I felt my larynx jump up, and that's what can happen. So let's look at what we can do. When the larynx rises, you see what happens to my vocal tract. My vocal tract becomes shorter and the sound can be a little bit pinched, sound and pinched and feel pinched. It's a bit like a kazoo compared to a trumpet. So we want to relax that back down. So let's go back to our old pal, the shape of to help us get that feeling of guiding the voice down into its natural relaxed state. Remember the upside down E, I'd say in the UK that's spelled like ER, in sort of America and Canada and Australia, we would do more like UH, or towards book as in So it's that shape of and if you want to find it, just say banana, that beginning part. So we're going to keep that feeling here on the voice, and to give yourself a reminder. So on this level down here in the deeper vocal tract, put your hands just around where your larynx is. You can feel there's an indentation on either side. I want you to just gently place your hands there. And this is just acting as just a little reminder to keep that shape of there. You're not pulling down, you're just placing your hand. But now we're saying mom to mom. Ready? Here's the girl's key. Mom, 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 mom. Here's the guy's key. Mum, 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 mum. So we're making the change of the vowel. We're expanding here at the mouth shape, but we're keeping that guiding shape of down here. Now, this is great. This is when you can start to get into this type of stuff. It's like you're finding the right radio station to dial into. And this is just the technical side. Of course, there's the artistic and expressive side of using vowels to help you as well. Right now, we're using vowels to help us navigate. Now, the very last thing that I want to show you is just generally getting your mouth around the vowels when you sing. So there's my rooster chipping in there. It's very loud around this house. It's almost impossible to find a quiet time. So I have completely made this up, but it's a really great phrase. So we're going to say the phrase, my lawn needs mowing. He likes that one. My lawn needs mowing. Now, this is where we're getting into what it's a bit more like when we're singing a song, because all the shapes are moving all around. And let's go up like this, like up through. Let's start about here. We're going to go up through the girl's chest voice. Okay, so we're going to go, my lawn needs mowing. My lawn needs mowing. Now it's a bit like a slowed down recording. Get your mouth around that. My lawn needs mowing. My lawn needs mowing. My lawn needs mowing. My lawn needs mowing. Okay, now we're on the approach to the bridge. My lawn needs mowing. So now, knowing what you know, my lawn needs mowing. I'm going to shape the vowels subtly inwards. My lawn needs mowing. I'm going to run them together, blend them together. My lawn needs mowing. The voice doesn't like these big movements. My lawn needs mowing. My lawn needs mowing. My lawn needs mowing. So hopefully you can feel how you can blend your vowels together like shapeshifters to create a smoother access through different parts of your voice. And I hope this wasn't confusing or overly complicated. At this stage, what I really want you to do is don't think too hard about it, but get the feel. So now let's use Pavarotti's figure of eight, expanded through the bottom, coming in through the middle, then expanding again when you're up in those upper pitches in your upper register. And yes, thank you so much for following me. I hope you've enjoyed this little vowel workout, and I feel like it's going to really help you with your voice. If your voice was feeling strained at all through that, then go back, reset with a it means that you need to make more of these adjustments. Get the feeling of coming in with your vowels. Spend some time looking at those narrow shapes. You can even sing like this sometimes to get the feeling. My lawn needs mowing. Sometimes I have my students sing like that. Just for a while, it's a little bit like training wheels. All right, thanks for following me. I will see you again in the next one. Be sure to grab the next set of vowel exercises, which is all about creating vocal qualities so that you can have a more expressive voice. It's like paints in the toolkit that you can use to bring out all the colors and the flavors that you want in your singing. So see you then. Bye.